Okay, hello. Alright, so I'm putting together a short video of the instructions and everything that I'm going to be including in this project. And I'm trying to give you as much help as possible, and I'm willing to work with you on your time frame to make this go smoothly and as quickly as possible. I'm hoping to get everything pixel perfect. I've given you as much instructions and help and files, and I've did everything pre-coded, put everything together that I needed you to style. I put everything in one file area where you can just focus on styling the page and then testing the responsive design and making sure you've done the math right, making sure the design is fluid and that the breakpoints are smooth and accurate. Okay, so we're designing one web page, and what you're seeing right now is the page itself in the project that I'm be giving you. And here are the sections. This is a zoom out version. I'll be zooming in so you can see, but the mouse is moving up here on the screen and it's probably too far away, but what I'm going to do is just scroll down. So put that image there so you can see what part I want you to skip. This is section 2. You're not going to be working on section 2. This is going to be a carousel once I get the site up and running. I'll have somebody else work on this. I have some special instructions for this and a lot of custom design. But the rest of the page is just you styling the page. Here's section 3. Right under the carousel, we'll be styling this. It's 2 parts. You have the title and the label. You got the button already there. All you have to do is style. You're just basically focusing on styling and making sure this page is going to be coded correctly, your CSS, to break responsibly and fluidly respond to the user's device so they can see my site clearly on all devices. So let's zoom in on this section here. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in on section 3 and let you see over here to the left is the title and the label. Okay, they're there. Over here to the right, this is the second part of section 3, the button, the fair price, and the discount price. You'll be styling those like in the photo that I've given you in the project file. So we're going to scroll down. Right under that is the content. Here's where the video is going to go. Right now it's showing this big block not connected to the server, yada yada. We'll fix that when we're connected to the internet. And here's the other part, the header with the paragraph and the button. You'll be styling those elements. I'll show you the photo in just a second, but I'm showing you that everything has been put together in this site, so you don't have to do any typing or code. You just go into the code, you look at the sections with the comments, and you add the styles to the new style sheet. So everything has been put in this waiting for you to just style it. Too easy. And then you get down to the bottom here. Let's zoom out. Here are all the footer items down here at the bottom. And at the very bottom you have the copyright and the privacy policy, the terms, the website use. All these things have to be styled accurately to the page, to the photo that I've given you. You also have one page for the terms, one page for all the includes, and one page for the instructions. Okay, so it's not a lot of work. It's just I want to be sure that we're communicating clear. That's why I'm doing this video. So now I'm going to take you to the photo and show you in this photo. We'll go over here to the 1920 pixels. Okay, so all these sections are labeled. That's section 2. You'll be skipping that section. Here's section 3. This is how I want it to be styled. I want the margins. I want the button here, the watch video. I want this styled under that video there. All these things have to be styled correctly. So if I zoom in a little bit more here, you can see there are borders by this content. There may be some padding or some margins here. I'll show you how to look for that in the browser. You're an experienced designer, I know. I just want to make sure I am communicating to you what I want. I don't want anything to be confusing to you. We're communicating across the internet, so it's not like we can look each other face to face. So I'm trying to be as clear as possible. These sections are the same color. They're over the same area of the site on each media query. This is a 1920 pixels wide. Here's how I want my footer to look. Okay? And I'll take you to the website where you can see this stuff. It's the same there. Now the good thing about this photo is that this photo is exceptionally large. It's a huge photo. The reason it's so huge is that all these media query breakpoints are in their true resolution, which meaning that this photo is actually holding all the resolutions that are possible on devices. So if I zoom out here and go back up to the top, this area right here, this part, this image that you're seeing right here is actually 1920 pixels wide. So it's not a snapshot of a smaller screenshot of this photo. This is the actual size. So this is how everything would look on a 1920 pixel display. The same thing over here. This is actually 1200 pixels wide. Okay, so this is how it would actually look. The margins and everything are correct. The icons over here, the photo, the logo. This gray bar here at the top, I don't know what that is. Just ignore that. But I got all the sections labeled that I want. Again, here's section 3. And they're all the same color, same sections, just different sizes. So all the content is the same. You're just looking at different media query breakpoints. You want to make sure this stuff is styled correctly, that it looks right at these pixel ratios. And we'll go over to the style sheet so I can show you. And there are 7 media queries. 7. Make sure you understand that these are the most important ones. The 320 and the 360 are for the phones, and the 650 and the 544 for tablets. These other media queries are for like larger devices like laptops and TVs and desktops and stuff like that. So there's 7 media queries. 7. All 7 of them have to be styled to these photo specifications. And remember, these are the true resolution websites inside this photo. This photo is huge. Alright, enough of that. Let's take a look at the style sheet. We'll go over to this is the folder we'll be working out of. New styles, newstyles.css. I'll open this up. Here we go. Alright, so I'm going to zoom in here so you can see inside this video what's expected. So you see these sections the way I want you to see them here. Okay, so I'm giving you this worksheet. This is your style sheet. This is where you'll be putting your code, and it's styled with media queries. Each media query is a media query that is minimum width, maximum width, yada yada. Be sure you use the photo to style the code accordingly to the media query that I expect. The other part of the media query, when it says minimum width 1200 pixels and max width 1919, that's where the code will break to the other media query. You can't not put that in there because the computer won't compute it right. It'll look funny in the browser if the computer is not at that screen size. So make it fluid. And these comments are where you're going to put the code for that section. So code for section 1 will go inside here. And then as you go down, you'll see code for section 3 goes there. Code for section 4 goes in section 4, so on and so forth. So you won't be putting your code all over the place and getting confused or lost or anything like that. When you transfer to different media queries, same thing. Section 1 goes here. Section 3 goes there, so on and so forth. You will be skipping section 2. Okay, and so for the most part, that's going to be it. I will show you one more thing in this video. These will be the additional instructions that are going to come along with the instructions that I have written in the document. And you'll see that in the terms, this video is additional instructions. So I hope you're watching the whole video. And please read the whole document. Look at all those terms in that document. Okay, here we go. The last part here. Let me take you to this site. Okay, so this site here has this bar. And I put this URL in the document. So if you need to click on that URL and see this bar live, you can. So you can see how to style it, see how it reacts, see the button and what it does on hover, all of those things. Also, my navigation elements. I would like for you to put them in front of the image like this. See how when I hover over the top, I can see my navigation elements with this black bar that appears at the top, and when I hover away, it goes transparent. And I just see everything floating in front of the image like that. If you would style my navigation like this. And one more thing to show you before I go. In the browser, there are developer tools that allow you to see what the site will look like at different screen sizes. Now I think this is cool. This will be useful to you. If you got Firefox, come over here to the corner to this little menu up here. A little icon right there on the edge of the screen, the 3 bars. Okay? When you click that, here I'll show you. When you click here, you'll get this little menu here. Come down here to developer, click that, and you'll see responsive design mode. If you click this, this is what happens. It goes into responsive design mode. You can then use this to see what it would look like at different screen sizes. Now, right now, it's displaying, sorry about that. Right now, it's displaying 1200 by 1600. Okay, so this is what it looks like, 1200 pixels wide. When I go up to there and I type in a number, if I type in 960 and I hit enter, now it's 960 pixels wide. But pay attention to what just happened. See my navigation? It turned into a menu over here in the corner. I would like for you, when you do the mobile menu, to style it like this. Okay? Too easy. That's the mobile menu. That is a part of the project. That's a part of the styling sheet. That's a part of the task that I'm giving you. And these are the additional instructions that I talk about in the term. The mobile menu has to be styled like this. You don't have to do any pictures or any special icons or anything like that. But style the mobile menu like this and make sure it's fluid so that when it changes to smaller devices, here I'll go to the phone. Let's put in, for the phone, 320 pixels. See that? See how the mobile menu stays like this? So you don't have to do anything hard. You just have to put it together like this. Make sure they can touch it and read the items. Make sure they're bold. They can touch it with their fingers. And make sure the mobile menu responds to when you click on the menu. See that X? The bar icons are 45 degrees. And when I click back on it, they change back. And it turns back into a website. And I can scroll like this. And this is how I want the website to be designed. So you can come to this URL as well. It's also in your terms inside the documents. You'll see that URL if you want to come test this site out and see how that works out. All right, if you have any questions, please feel free to message me in Fiverr.